Hey everybody, my name is Solomon, co-founder of ClickX, and for today's marketing hack of the day, I want to talk about customer referral program. If you have a sustainable business that you've built and you've been growing it over time, and a little bit portion of your new customers come from customer referrals, then you really want to work on making that a huge part of your business. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. Obviously take some notes, but the requirement is that you have a really awesome business in place. You already wow your customers, and it's a matter of giving them a tool. And if you can give them some tools and technology and you have some reports and metrics, then definitely you're going to succeed. All right, pay very close attention. Before I get started, I want to tell you a little bit about how you should be thinking throughout this entire process of building a customer referral engine. All right, so the way that you want to go about it is to understand that it is extremely a strategic decision. It is not something that is going to be driven by maybe the sales department or the marketing department. You have to have maybe a team that works on, the entire customer experience and the ability to have these existing customers referred to their friends or people in their network. All right, think strategically. Think about what does it cost to get that customer today, what would it cost to have your customers refer them, and what are your savings, and what's the customer lifetime value, and what would you be saving by having a program in place, and how much can you invest into it. Most of the time, if you don't think of it from an investment perspective, you're going to cut your funds really short, and you're not going to really take advantage of it, and you're not going to see the results that you want to do. So even if the program costs 10 times what your current budget is for your customer referral program, I bet you it might yield, if you can look at the customer lifetime value, the average order, what happens, how are you going to incentivize the people that are referring to you. So all those things have to be really taken into consideration, whether it's a one-time pay or you're going to pay them every quarter, whatever it is, you have to really do your math. But once you think through the entire process, think very strategically, I know you're going to win. So I'd say strategy before tactics. Secondly, once you're all ready, you got your strategy and you got your numbers, this is what you're going to pay people, this is how it's going to get taken care of, these are the benefits of our affiliate program or our referral program. Then you really want to build a machine, right? You really want to build that engine that I talked about. You want to use some sort of technology that's going to help you do this on a regular basis, on a repeatable basis across all of your customer base. So if you don't think you can put some sort of technology in it, the whole thing is going to fail. And I'm going to give you some example of how other companies have done a fabulous job and how they made their customers and the people that they're referring feel extremely special. So to start, I want to tell you an example of Dropbox, right? I'm a Dropbox customer. I don't know a lot of people that are not. It's primarily because the whole strategy for Dropbox was to use this as a method to let other people share their files, or when you share Dropbox with a friend, you will get 2 gigs back, right? You will get 2 gigs back as sort of free space for you to add more stuff to your Dropbox. And if I have 10 friends now, that's a lot of space that I'm going to get. And people start to share Dropbox to everyone and their friends and their mother and their father and everybody else. And that's how Dropbox really started to take off. So if you can think of that instance and figure out what can you give for free. Obviously 2 gigs for Dropbox may or may not be a big deal, but it was enough to make a dent in the program that people are willing to share it. If you have a really cool sort of a method in which you get something back for sharing, I bet you $1 million they'll do it a lot more than they'll do it because out of goodwill. So if I had a really good, company that I work with, right, and they do a fantastic job, the only time I would refer is maybe when, somebody else comes asking, hey, do you know anybody that does XYZ? But if I had some sort of a loyalty program built into it, I bet you that more times I would go ask, hey, by the way, do you need this service? Because I have a really good company that can help you out. In order to influence somebody's behavior, you really want to build some technology and awareness as to what this program is and how this is going to benefit everybody. All right? So that's rule number 1. Think of a way that you can use this with every single one of your customers, and you have to figure out what it is that you're willing to lose in order to get the upside of someone as a new customer. So it really has to be around doing your numbers, understanding the lifetime value of it, what does it cost you to acquire that customer today, and what are you willing to lose, right? Secondly, if you can remember how Gmail really started way back when, it's all through referrals. It was everything through one friend telling another friend. because when you got an invite to Gmail, you had like 5 new invites that you would get or something. So you kept those invites really precious and you wanted to give it to your best of best friends, right? That's how Gmail grew. And they didn't, take it off of beta for so long because they just didn't want everybody and anybody to be able to sign up, and they kept it really precious. Today, everybody has a Gmail account. But way back when, it was one of those unique things that everybody wanted it, but they didn't have it. So think about how you can actually give the product as like this excitement around the product, and they will do all the sharing by themselves without you having to do anything, right? Again, it comes with this sort of thinking in terms of scalability and using some sort of a technology enabler to be able to do that. Again, you need to track who's winning, gamify the entire system, and trust me, people will take advantage of it and they will share it. Now, if you're using a platform like ClickX, we actually enable our businesses to allow them to capture all of the moments that customers are having, whether it's a positive experience or it's a negative experience. We give them a landing page, they capture it, and we store this information in the back end so that they can put in their marketing messages, right? They can use it in their brochures or flyers or whatever it is that they do, so they can capture this entire information, use it in their marketing material. Also, the customers who are leaving, whether it's good review or bad review, have the ability to share it with social media sites. So they're going to share it on their Facebook, they're going to share it on their Yelp or whatnot, and that creates more content so that you can build trust and you can get those sort of word of mouth marketing go even further. So we give you an entire platform just to do that, and that's just an example of how you can use technology to grow this referral base of customers, right? Finally, I think I have a really good example of one company that's really nailing it. It's amazing how they're doing it. So Tesla, when you become a customer, you're already an affiliate, right? You already get a short URL with your name that you can give it to your friends. So, and the way that they've done it is really amazing. So first off, when you become a customer, they give you a link to share with their friends. And when they do that, the person who is actually going to get that link saves like $1,000 or whatever towards buying a new car. And the people that are sharing it, they'll have some sort of a new set of wheels to the person that sells 5 of them or shares 5 of them. Or, you'll get invited to the next event that they're gonna have with the new product launch. So there's so many different ways that they're doing it, and they're doing a fantastic job because they're changing it up all the time. They're keeping it excited, and they're finally using their customers to sell the product for them. And by giving them $1,000 towards purchase, what you're doing is you're lowering the cost of your salespeople's time. Your salespeople no longer have to do the selling. Somebody's coming in, they're ready to buy, right? So they're taking the salesperson commission and giving it to the person who's actually going to buy it, and they're incentivizing their customers to do it. I think they've done a brilliant job, and they deserve a shout out. So like I said, if you can really think of a way that's going to help you acquire new customers for a fraction of the cost today, and all of your numbers work in terms of what are you willing to lose, and what's the upside, and what are you willing to give up, what's your risk, and you have some technology to track it, control it, gamify it, and I think you'll be off to a great start with having a really streamlined customer referral program. Like I said, I've seen this work time and time again. I've heard so many great stories, and here's some examples I gave you. Hopefully you can put this to use in your business, all right? Thank you for watching another edition of Marketing Hack of the Day.